Good morning, everybody. Ever since I was a freshman in high school, I have been blessed with the amazing opportunity to develop my public speaking skills and my civic knowledge on our government, as well as my role as a citizen in a democratic society. And this opportunity, in fact, was the American Legion Oratorical, and this year I represented Post 14, my hometown, at the National Oratorical Competition. I first heard of the American Legion Oratorical when I was a 9th grader, and I approached my history teacher saying I wanted to be a part of different speech competitions. She recommended I start with this one, without mentioning that it was indeed the hardest and, in fact, the crown jewel of all speech competitions. But I'm glad I was ignorant of that fact, because I probably wouldn't be standing in front of all of you today speaking about this quite amazing program. This competition ultimately allowed me to break out of my public speaking comfort zone. I was a very shy person, and develop my knowledge of our government, which I feel is very valuable, especially since I'm turning 18 and I will be voting in the next election. In the past 3 years I've done this competition, I have represented the great state of Vermont twice at nationals, and I have the privilege of competing against the greatest orators in the state and the country. I have made lifelong friendships and developed memories that I will carry through the rest of my life. After doing the math, I have realized that everyone that competes in the competition will write and memorize about 30 minutes worth of dialogue on the U.S. Constitution per year. For me, this totals to about 90 minutes of stories, quotes, and analogies that connect to one of the most historic documents in history. I believe at this point I have acquired enough knowledge on the topic to test out of my American civics class. In addition, I feel very prepared to take up the responsibilities of voting now that I have learned the rights and responsibilities of the American citizen. When I attended the American Legion Auxiliary Green Mountain Girls State last week, I used that knowledge to campaign for the office of governor. And while I was not elected, I can thank the American Legion Oratorical for giving me the confidence to run in the first place and giving me the skills to be chosen for model citizen in my town. I similarly feel that the competition will give me the same confidence to achieve higher goals in the future, and I'm quite excited about that. Some people play sports, some do theater, and some are scholars, but my chosen extracurricular is speech competitions, or more specifically, the American Legion Oratorical. I plan on competing next year again, and I'm proud to say that I spoke to many different girls at Girls State who are very excited about participating as well. I want to thank my family for supporting me and hearing me practice the same 10-minute speech over and over in my house. I also want to thank my friends and teachers for their concern about my mental state. While during my free block I would mutter to myself and pace back and forth preparing for my speech. I actually had a teacher come up to my speech coach and ask if I was okay after asking me. I also want to thank my speech coach, Miss Cookie Stepanitis, and while she isn't here, she has been so great about making sure I was as prepared as I could be for this competition to represent my town, state, and district. And of course, the American Legion Department of Vermont for all that you do in your youth mentoring, service to the community, patriotism, and veterans programs. You have sponsored me, you have supported me, and more importantly, you inspire me. On that note, my last thank you goes out to the American Legion members. You all have proudly served or still am serving your country, and you allowed the flag to stand, the Constitution to remain intact, and preserved a beautiful future for our youth to learn why it is so important and great to be an American. You all are our national heroes. Thank you.